Hey everybody, today we're going to make a multi-tool that fits in your wallet. So I had this old saw that I actually got from my mother-in-law when I was helping her clean out the garage. You could probably use any sheet metal or anything like that that's about the thickness of a credit card. Once I had that, I just clamped it down and I started cleaning off some of the rust. And really the only tool that I had to use for this project was the Dremel and some of the connections that it came with. Once I got the surface grinded down to where I liked it, I got the saw attachment and started slowly cutting it off. Now I didn't realize this could have gone a lot faster if I had placed the saw up instead of on its side. That's a much better position for the Dremel to cut into. This one took a lot longer than I expected. Also, what you didn't see here is I grinded down the other side that had rust on it, and then I also took this sanding drum to grind down the teeth and make sure those were gone. After that, I rounded off the edges so I didn't have any sharp edges since this was going to be going in my wallet. I traced out the shape that I had and then drew on some of the tools that I wanted to fit onto this multi-tool. Things like a bottle opener and a mini screwdriver, things like that. Went ahead and cut this out and used it kind of like a stencil to draw over with a Sharpie what I was going to do. Went ahead and took it to the Dremel again and started slowly cutting pieces off. It was okay if it was a little rough right now. I could go back with the sanding drum and smooth things out. This attachment worked out really well too because I was also able to get into some of those tight spots and really grind things out that didn't come out the right way. I took this back to the sanding drum and made this part a little bit thinner so it would actually work like a flathead screwdriver now. To open up this part, I took the cutting tool to it. I really couldn't find any other attachment that would work, but I'm sure there's some out there. And I cut a basic square that I would be able to fit one of my smaller sanding drums into and round everything out. Once that part was out, I went ahead and stood it up and took the thinner sanding drum and started rounding off the corners on the inside. This was going to be my bottle opener. Once that was cleaned up, I actually clamped the Dremel to my workbench and used it to kind of fashion a blade here on one of the corners of the multi-tool. It didn't have to be anything super sharp, just enough to cut paper or something simple. That's generally all I'm going to be using it for. And then also using the same configuration, I went over all the edges and any rough parts that I could find. I also went ahead and sharpened up this part. It's going to be like a box cutter or something to cut cardboard. Then after that, just before I painted it, I wanted to make sure everything worked. I went ahead and opened up a bottle. I was able to use this like a screwdriver. The cardboard cutter wasn't working exactly like I wanted to, but I went back and sharpened that later. And the blade that I had fashioned actually worked out better than I expected to, but I still went back and sharpened it a little bit more. Once that was done, I put a little tape on it just to kind of give it a design and covered it with a few coats of black spray paint. Once everything was dried, I took this tape off and went over some of the areas where the paint had added a little bit too much thickness. And here you go. I hope you enjoyed that build. It was a quick and simple build, and you can definitely customize it as much as you want. It's one of those nice little useful things that you can use if you forgot your multi-tool, or if you've just got a simple little thing that you've got to cut across or unscrew. And so I really hope you liked it. If you did, definitely leave a like down below. Check out some of my other videos and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day.